Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you might find yourself in. And as always, we have our 3 piles here with group 1 on the left, 2 is in the middle, and 3 is on the right. The timestamps for this reading will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. There's also a link to my Facebook page where I'm sharing oracle cards most days of the week. They might be supportive if you'd like to head over there and check it out. There's also a link to my bookings page where you can book a private reading with me, and if those spots fill up, it's the end of the month that I'll open up the following month. So I'll leave you with your decision, and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the chocolate calcite pyramid, then this one is for you. So this stone represents the pursuit of happiness and peace, and expanding your awareness of the opportunities that might surround you, and encouraging you to go after that pursuit of happiness, to find happiness and joy again. And I feel like with all the cards here and just the energy of group 1 lately, I feel like, yeah, the things are a bit of a struggle. I actually chose the crystals today, so I hope I did a good job. Jackson's decided he wants to choose next week. So he's already chosen them, but he said they're for next week. So, okay, then I'll choose today's. No worries. So yeah, a chocolate calcite for you, group 1. The energies I can see on the table so far is Leo quite strongly here, Scorpio as well, Virgo is here. So is Libra and Gemini. Libra again, and Cancer as well. Okay, so yeah, I felt Cancer up there actually earlier than before their card came out, so I can feel you here, Cancer. Taurus is here as well. How could I miss them? All right. Let's start with your oracle cards that you've chosen for this reading. We've got flexibility and standstill. Beautiful cards. Actually, all of these oracle cards were all white in color. Like, they've got so much white to them, and I couldn't help but notice. So it does feel like a purification process for you. And of course, we have I release what doesn't serve me, and number 19. And with flexibility and standstill, it does look like a painful purging moment for group 1 this week, or at this time. I think it's been going on for a while now. With flexibility, it is the beautiful message of the bamboo, having that strength of flexibility to bend rather than break under pressure, to have really strong roots to keep you grounded and connected. So I see 222 on my recording. I feel like having a strong community around you at this time, and seeking the support, and actually engaging with people that can help to find strength and direction is really, really, really important for group 1 at this time. I really feel like you're needing some help at the moment. So we've also got standstill. There's a picture of a swamp here, and it's the message of feeling a bit stuck in the mud as well. So the message of standstill the message of being stuck in the mud is, if you struggle, you may sink and make things harder for yourself. And if you resist the changes with flexibility, you will make things a lot harder for yourself. And I think group 1, you may have been finding whatever you're going through right now really, really hard to accept. And so the message here is to find that strength, that inner strength, and the acceptance to release what isn't serving you, the struggle and the resistance, and to just take some small, steady, careful steps to remove yourself from this stagnation. It's done very carefully and methodically, I feel there. So we'll jump into your tarot for group 1. We have in the past energy, we've got the 5 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, and Strength. This is pretty heavy, grueling energy. It's absolutely reflective of the standstill card, feeling very stuck in the mud. I feel like there's been a great deal of loss and stress here, an extreme amount of powerlessness, just completely consumed by overthinking, and having no ability to I don't even know how to finish that sentence. I feel so stuck. You're like, whoa. I can't even comprehend. There's a really strange sensation going on, and I think I'm connecting to the Eight of Swords a lot in that energy there. I'm sorry about that. That's really, whoa. So I guess that would be resonant with how you've been feeling. Just don't even know what to do, what to say, who to talk to. Just completely stuck. You may be blocked from communicating to a certain person, or maybe you've blocked that person with the Two of Swords here. There's definitely it does feel like this has been going on for some time now, this sense of helplessness and being stuck. And I love though how we've got sort of like a dividing edge here with this Strength card, because the Two of Swords does face back towards the stress, the grief, the pain. And I do feel like a lot of people perhaps, or the universe in its magnificent ways of giving you signs and synchronicities and messages, I do feel like you've been, like, see how this fairy here is a spirit or whatever it is here, is pulling on her hand, sort of getting her to pay attention, to come out of that sadness. I think she's sort of looking down at the books, the scriptures, the wisdom, the knowledge, and sort of asking her to come out of this heaviness and apply her beautiful wisdom that she has here. Masculine, feminine, doesn't matter. It's just the imagery. And I do feel like you've perhaps been going round and round in circles with grief and overthinking and trying to analyze something or find the results or answers to something. And it's not giving you any clarity whatsoever. With the Two of Swords here, it's just you're coming up against nothing, it feels like. It just feels completely empty in that way. You're not finding the results you're after. This is past energy. You haven't been able to find the results in that way, in bogging yourself down with that heavier energy. So with the Strength card, it does look like you're having to really just, I'm getting like a suck it up feeling without that, suck it up sort of, but like literally having to get yourself together here. With the Strength card next is Death, which is a really relieving sight to see. And then we have the Sun. This is progressive energy moving into the path ahead where you might currently find yourself. So I want to say the worst is over, but I can't say that because I do feel like you're still very emotionally attached to this situation, and so there will still be processing yet to come. You still are releasing this situation, but I think you are putting a great deal of effort into in the week ahead, or you may be yet to find yourself there, maybe currently, maybe tomorrow, something like very soon, because Strength is asking you to really muster up that courage that you've got to make some changes and start to look at the glass being half full in this situation, in your life situation. Your life's glass is half full, starting to look at the blessings and the abundance that might be available to you. I do have the Nine of Wands next, followed by Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So it does speak to resistance and tiredness, feeling extremely guarded and wounded and not really wanting to let people in at times. So some days I think you really do put a lot of effort into just taking some sort of step forward into wellness or into looking after yourself here. And other days you may not feel so encouraged to do so and just sort of want to hide away, and that's okay. With the Three of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, we do see that in the week ahead, or in the path ahead, however the timeline affects you, it does look like there's an opportunity here to be assisted, whether that be by friends or professionals or therapists or just experiences, like maybe literally taking an art therapy class and making friends or connecting with your community, just sort of branching yourself out of there. And it's that, as I look over at that standstill stuck in the mud card, that to me is one small step to sort of gently pull yourself out of that mud, which is the Nine of Wands for sure. And then find that sense of independence again with the Nine of Pentacles here. She looks out to the horizon, quite excited about what may come in the future. So there is a massive build up happening here. Like you're starting to get momentum happening, and that may be very slow, and the slowness of that I can see is extremely frustrating. You would love to have, I don't even know how to answer that actually, you would love to have, because yeah, you know what I mean by that actually. I think you would love, for some people out there, I don't think you fully know exactly what you would love, but you do. It's just the sense that you're still coming to acceptance of what is not, what is no longer. And so therefore it's kind of hard to recalibrate yourself and redirect yourself into what's next, and to open up to the vision of what's next. But I see yourself like in this week ahead, you may be starting to get those ideas with the sun and with death here, because the sun and death is all about growth and positivity and making big changes. And with strength next to it, Leo, Scorpio here, this is a lot of willpower, strength and courage that it's going to take to make some changes one step at a time, and absolutely seeking the assistance of your community or the programs that might be available to you, anything at all, maybe even just your own art. This is somebody who's made quite a bit of a mess with all the paint all over herself, but she's happy with the results. So it may mean getting a little messy, it may mean letting a little bit of emotion out or expressing yourself, or yeah, I think sometimes it's like when you're spring cleaning a house or a cupboard or something, like suddenly the whole place is trash, but then that's because you're pulling it all out to sort out what stays, what goes, and then as you put it all back together, it's obviously just beautiful, fresh energy and immaculate. So coming from the Five of Cups, Eight of Swords at the start of your reading, this heavy, stuck energy, completely tired. It does look like you're slowly gaining that momentum to get things going again. Some of you may be looking at moving away. I could see that here, moving, traveling, starting again somewhere else perhaps. We've got the I feel like you're very resistant to letting people in, and you want to be alone for a lot of you out there, and that's perfectly fine, that is okay. But I do still feel that many of you will benefit from any type of community connection, social connection, supports in any way, whether that be one-on-one or an online community, or something that helps you gain your independence and believe in yourself and start to connect back to all of the opportunities you actually, bringing us back, maybe I did do well with the chocolate calcite, because that is all about realigning to the opportunities in life and starting to expand your awareness and become aware of the potential and the opportunities, being able to start looking forward again after having perhaps a standstill, a shutdown. Feeling very blocked and closed and uncertain and afraid. I think just for some of you, just a regular, if you're like some people are connecting to this, I feel are starting at a very beginning energy here in their life in some way. And sometimes getting out of bed may be the hard thing to do. But with the Strength card, I love the picture. It does, I think, share the message to take a walk every day, to just clear yourself, perhaps at the end of your day or something like this, to help regain your strength, to clear yourself, to start a little routine, a ritual, a bit of progression. So in the challenge, we've got the Eight of Wands reversed with Judgment, the Lovers, and the Page of Wands. So Eight of Wands reversed, of course, is the frustration that things are at a standstill and that maybe you're blocked from communication with someone, or you're not certain of the way things are going to turn out, and that is quite stressful. And having to surrender to the way things are for you in life right now with Judgment and the Lovers is extremely stressful. I'm feeling like there's something you're needing to accept. The flexibility is coming up now, that card there. And I think that having Judgment and the Lovers in the challenge is that it's challenging to accept that calling and to embrace it and be moved by it and to see the opportunities within it, just at this time. It won't be like that forever. Just right now, it's a little hard to accept that this is how it is and what can I do from here. With the Page of Wands, this is a message of somebody who's a novice or an early learner, somebody who's needs to learn through experience, and this person has let themselves be bitten by lizards and they're crawling over them still. So this is about finding the courage and strength to listen to the signs, listen to your intuition, to trust your gut feeling on things, and not repeat the same mistakes over and over again, because that is what is going to help you move forward there. That's the challenge, is to not go back to old patterns and to liberate yourself and make really strong choices, even if they're hard choices. And what will help with the challenge? We've got the Two of Pentacles. I do love this. I've straight away feel like this is making lists, creating routines, creating a new recipe for success here. She is cooking. We've got the Hierophant as well. This is so many things. This is embodying the higher knowledge. This could also be going back to school or getting yourself taking yourself through some sort of course, whether that's for your career or for your mental health or for your emotional strength or just general well-being, whatever it is. I feel like here there's a great deal to learn, and there's a great deal of wisdom that you already have that you can apply to this situation, and you're needing to reprioritize a few things. And that comes with clearing. Like when I first sat down to do these cards, no, I better get up and sage. I really felt that was important for group 1. So that was a message too I forgot to pass on until now. But yeah, saging, clearing your energy might be really important. And then we actually did get a card that reflects that too, but we'll get there soon. So Hierophant, the Hermit, and the Ace of Cups. I love how this Ace of Cups is handed up to that Hermit. So it is within accepting your alone time, accepting this perhaps isolating period, this standstill, and looking at ways that you can spend this time growing, learning, appreciating, and loving yourself deeper. There's so much opportunity here, but it all starts with you and caring for yourself in a really fundamental way. The Ace of Cups is also creativity and compassion and understanding your own emotional body and your own emotional experiences and cleansing of those as well, I'm feeling. For some of you, this is absolutely recommending therapists and people to help you and support you with the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups, and then the Hermit. This actually reminds me, this morning I've posted on my Facebook page, one of my beautiful clients is offering a 5-day series for women that are coming through divorce and separation. So if you click over to my Facebook page, you should be able to find the information there if that's the type of support that might call for you. I think she's also offering one-on-one free 45-minute sessions as well in regards to that. You'd have to have a look over at her website, which is on my Facebook page. But if that calls to you, please do click over. If it's something else for you to find support with moving forward in whatever it is here that's had you feeling stuck. For some of you, this isn't very much about career and sort of striking out on your own, and after having perhaps some challenges in getting started or dealing with people that perhaps didn't have the same goals as you. But either way, you are releasing, you are moving forward. All right. I think it's to really appreciate this time you have in this standstill, to obviously take the opportunity to create something from this place, but making room and spending that openness, giving a lot of love and self-care to you. So further guidance here, we have the Chariot and the Seven of Swords. We have Justice and the Six of Wands. This is good news. For any of you out there that are dealing with a court situation, this would speak to an outcome that is in your favour with Justice and the Six of Swords. And this can also pertain to things that are nothing to do with court, but it does look like you are moving forward from a situation that was perhaps dishonest, or a person or a group of people that had a lot of lies. There's a lot of dishonesty in this situation, maybe both sides of the street here. But the point is, with the Chariot, the Justice, and the Six of Swords surrounding that energy, the truth will come out eventually, if it hasn't already. But either way, you're moving forward with confidence to a more successful time in your life. It's going to be hard. You need to just, I want to say, I don't like the words that are about to come out of my mouth. I did not like that at all. But the message was, it's time to get over it and move forward, if that makes sense. I don't mean to be harsh in that message. You take your time with the way you process things. But I just do feel like with the Chariot here, and just the message was, it's time to get over that and keep going. But I still want to say in your own time. I don't like the idea of pushing people. Yeah, unless they're our friends and we know them well, I suppose, and what their needs are. But this is a general reading and everyone's going to be really different. So we do need to try and be mindful of sensitivities here. And especially if there's a court case going on here, and you know, you will get over it because you're going to climb to success with the Six of Wands. You will get up and over it completely, actually, as you see she climbs up. Yeah, you will move forward and past this is what I see here. The truth will come out, and if it hasn't already, justice will be served. So in the outcome energy, this is nice. It actually reflects the whole spread so far, because we have the Five of Pentacles first, which is isolation, loneliness. There's these little guides here are pointing in that direction, but she's not sure which way to go, not totally connected to moving forward, maybe not even wanting to, maybe still licking wounds here a little bit. But we have the Six of Pentacles next, which is the progressive card, Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and this is about being helped, being assisted, benevolence. I see a few times in this reading that seeking help from perhaps a professional or a group or some sort of support is going to be a really good idea. It will help you come out of the cold and find your power again, find your own sense of benevolence yourself again, to be feeling happy and have enough to give others because you've received and come back into balance. We also have the Wheel of Fortune as the last card for the tarot here. So things change. This is from the being in the cold, somebody reaching out and lending you a hand perhaps, or maybe you're having to ask for that help, and allowing the Wheel of Fortune to turn. The wheel will turn. It is turning. You may find yourself at a standstill right now, but as you release what doesn't serve you and become flexible to these changes, you will be able to grow and outgrow this situation and move forward and have new opportunities come in for you with the Wheel of Fortune. The underlying energy of this reading is the Three of Cups. I see the Three of Swords and the Two of... We always do this, don't we? I only want to take one, but it happens. See a bunch of cards here. The Two of Wands. Look, it's been so painful with the Two of Wands and the Three of Swords, having to leave something behind, and something that hasn't worked, perhaps betrayal when we see the Three of Swords. But with the underlying energy for this reading was the Three of Cups, which is friendship, community, co-creation with spirit, being in alignment with what's true and right for you, and then reaping all of those rewards. It's really a blessed card. It can also speak about reunions as well. And I do see a bit of that energy in here. So we'll move over to something, yeah, well, there you go. Something from your past will resurface, and it's okay to revisit. And this may mean a justice situation, like a court case, and now it's like the past is coming up to be revisited and cleared. This will mean so many different things for many different people here, but I do feel like the message when this past thing resurfaces, it's okay to revisit because you're stronger now and you'll make a wiser choice this time. You will have financial security in life. Remember, many of the clouds casting shadows aren't real. You will get what you wish for, but is it what you truly want? That's a message worth considering, I think. Especially when it comes to that, something from the past will be will resurface, and it's okay to revisit. And hanging on to that, maybe what you wish for, to have it reignited or something, if it's a relationship that's gone away. But is it what you truly wish for? I think there's a message in that for you. And then don't allow scarcity mindset to limit your success. So all linked in together there. If something is coming back from the past, and it's not something that has supported your growth and it's been a real challenge for you, I think the message is to not hold on to that out of fear that you won't have something more suited for yourself, to not limit your success because you believe there is scarcity for you. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. We have fuck being nice. Be nice, but not too nice. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Create a routine. That much is very clear. Having a daily routine is going to really support you right now, even if it's starting in the smallest way, like making your bed. I know I went for a while there where I wasn't making my bed, but lately I've been making it every day, and I'll tell you, it makes the most profound, subtle little difference. Making your bed, taking a daily walk. There's so many little practical things we can do that we show up for every day, and eventually it becomes a ritual and something we enjoy. This routine helps ground us and stabilize us and feel like we are building. Having fun again, add that to your routine. Dance, definitely dance is always my recommendation, but sports, games, whatever it might be, have fun. Catch up with friends. Clear your energy, absolutely. Sage, meditation, cleansing with water, however you do. Refuel your energy and reclaim your power. We also have find a mentor and challenge yourself. So find a mentor is pretty clear in this reading. That mentor might be a guidance counselor, a therapist, or somebody that will help you achieve the career success that you're going for here, and challenge yourself to do better. Don't set limits on your potential. I think in this reading it's really hard to see because of the place you're at right now, that it might be really hard to see all of your potential and all of your strength, but in time you are going to start to see a new horizon, and believe in yourself more, and start to you just got to show yourself to yourself, if that makes sense. You need to reveal yourself to you, group 1. It feels intense this week. So I've got the timing deck to finish off your reading. It's up to you if you want to engage in this part of the reading. It's just a deck of timing cards. They're all sorts, so we'll get 1, maybe 2, whatever comes out. So just think if you like to hold a question of timing about anything at all, and we'll see what is the answer to group 1's question of timing. Oh, I felt that, but let's just group 1's question of timing. Please use discernment. You don't have to engage in this part of the reading. It is a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek moment with the pendulum and the timing of things, because obviously everyone's in different situations. But so far I've heard a lot of feedback. I love feedback on this particular thing. If it's helping, if it's hurting, I don't want to continue, but so far it does help a lot. I'm getting. Yeah, okay. All right, group 1, you've got rushing in. Let's maybe get one more for you. This could be talking about somebody who's rushing in, past is resurfacing, or you rushing in without thinking about things. If that does resurface, to not rush in. I'm getting, so take your time. Take your time and talk to friends or talk to supports about things as they come up. Don't go through rushing in on your own on something here. There's something else about timing for group 1. Cool. See, I want to be so careful, of course, because this deck is pretty broad. Might be all I'm getting for you, group 1. There was more than one there. I didn't want it. Group 1. Okay. All right. Sort of felt that one in my hand. It'll do. We've got next full moon. So next full moon may have significance. It may be that in the next full moon you're feeling very different from now, or well, whatever your question was. But rushing in and next full moon. I think we're actually coming up to the full moon. Not too far away, are we? Aren't we? I think. I'm not sure. It's growing anyway. So group 1, I'm going to leave that there for you, beautiful people. I hope this reading gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance for what you're navigating here, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Take care, group 1. Hey Group 2, and welcome to your reading if you chose the blue obsidian, and this one is for you. I chose the crystals today, not Jackson. He chose crystals for next week. He decided that he would choose next week's and I would do today, so I hope I did a good job. Group 1 seemed to fit in quite perfectly. So blue obsidian is about communication. Nice blue stone, quite clear communication. I can see the Queen of Swords actually like staring up at me. So yeah, some very sharp, clear communication about what it is you want. This is also a stone that aids in divination, psychometry, and psychic development. So I can see here already, Group 2, very, very intuitive people, very magical people. All right, yeah, crown chakra over there staring at me too. So lots of nice cards, interesting reading. I'll start with some of the signs I can see is Pisces, Capricorn, Cancer and Sagittarius, Leo and Virgo, Libra and Aquarius. Okay, some strong, yeah, fair few energies on the table. All right, so where am I going to start for you? I'm going to start the same as Group 2. There's actually some similarities, as there quite often is with Group 1 and 2 so far. We have Purification for your first card and Abundance. It's a really nice start. Yeah, really, really nice start. So I know for some people up in the Northern Hemisphere coming into summertime and seeing a bit of growth, seeing a bit of abundance and life happening, changing. With Purification, it's linked to the card Abundance, because as the rain washes away the old, it makes room for new, and the rain supports new growth. So Abundance and Purification are perfect energies to be in at this time. Purification does feel a little bit sad and heavy though, in that you are, yeah, just going through that process. It's just not always comfortable to release the things that no longer work for you and make room for what does, and just supporting yourself on that journey can be painful sometimes, but and I think you know that it's leading you to abundance. Like, I think you're crystal clear about that. You know the right thing to do for you. You know what you're aware. I can see that you're very aware of what needs to be done here. And I feel like the difference with Group 1 and 2 is maybe Group 1 was a little not so aware of what they needed to do, perhaps. But anyway, you may find messages in both. But let's start out with the past energy with the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles starting out this reading. So massive finalization of something, an ending, a relationship. It could be a business partner, partnership of any kind, something that you've put a lot of time and effort into. When we see the 10 of Pentacles, this is something that's long lasting. It's something that was meant to last. You've put all the effort in to make it so. There's a lot of energy that's been dedicated into this, but it has come to an end, and we have now the 6 of Swords and Queen of Wands. So it's through the ending of this situation that you get to regain your power, because whatever it was, clearly it had to end. I was about to say the Tower, but I said the Devil. But they're right next to each other. The Devil and the Tower are in this reading, and so I do feel like it perhaps was quite shocking in the time of, but you do also realize that as much as this is painful, it's also serving you to step into your power in a whole different way because of this. But I do feel like I want to say that it is because of this that you will step into your power, but I want to say you were always in your power as well in many ways. It's just that as much as this has been a painful situation, it still supports your growth. It's still something you can be thankful for in the long run, if that makes sense. For what you've learned from the situation and how it really helps you step into your power in new ways. You know yourself deeper now. You know a lot more. Like, there's so much more clarity now about what you want and what you're capable of. And with the Six of Swords, you are leaving that behind. Like, you are cutting yourself off from whatever that is. Maybe you're literally moving away. With the Six of Swords can talk about travel over water, or travel of any kind, but he's got a boat here. But this is traveling light. It's leaving the baggage behind. It's leaving the stories and the pain behind, and only taking the wisdom and the power that you have learned from the situation. When we see the Queen of Wands show up in all of her strength, and that is the current energy you may find yourself in. Still going through the purification process, but finding your power within it. Connecting to your rituals and your practices, I would say, with this Queen of Wands. This is a very strong, healing, intuitive woman. Leo, Sag, and Aries. So moving into the path ahead, it's a bit of a, I don't know, mixed bag's probably not the right word for it, but let's just read it. Two of Pentacles, Three of Wands, High Priestess, Eight of Cups in the World. So there are some priorities that are shifting here, and it's going to take a bit of time before you see those results. You're just following your own intuition, your own sense of things at this time. Crown Chakra card is on the table. You're very connected. You're very aware of how this situation may benefit you in regards to internal strength, and personal knowing of self and the wisdom of the lessons of life. There's so much here. There's abundance I'm seeing now on the table, so much. Like, you know that as you wash away the old and really with the Eight of Cups, right? Release, that's purification, abundance right there. As you leave that behind, you're following your intuition, you're following your guides, you know the way. I think you have a fair sense. I feel confident about that. Even if some people connecting right now, you don't fully know the bigger picture or how things are going to turn out, that's okay. You still do know what's right for you. You know what you want, and you know what you don't want, perhaps. And Eight of Cups is leaving that behind to create a whole new world. You are finally finishing with something. Yeah, now this card wants to be shown. An end of a tough cycle is finally approaching. That is very true. You've finally reached that moment. The tens are already in the past. You've left it behind. You're finding yourself again. It's taking a bit of time. It's trial and error. It's trying new things. I think it's getting back in touch with your practices here. Any rituals of self-care or divination, like the stone is the blue obsidian is a supportive stone for psychometry and psychic development. And we see some pretty strong psychic cards on this table. You may be readers yourself, or healers, or guides, nurturers, wisdom keepers, all of it. But right now I think you're just sort of sharing that wisdom and love with yourself as you realign with a better world, a better life, a better journey. Again, with the World card, can be talking about travel. Eight of Cups as well is travel over water. So yeah, for some people, travel over water, but that water you're traveling over might be just the waters of your emotions, you know. Doesn't have to be physical water. So you're definitely following your intuition here. Listening to that so that you can release. And I'm going to pull these cards up too now. Actually, your personal power cards are, I am divinely guided and I embrace change, which is a repetition of everything we're seeing so far. This is the purification and this is the abundance. We keep seeing that as you release, the more you make room in your life, the more you let go, the more you will have space to let in more abundance. You'll be able to see a lot of growth happening. I'm seeing sunflowers, really lots in this reading actually. 1, 2, 3, 4 sunflowers in this reading. Probably more if I looked harder. Sunflower might be a very important flower for you, but it is like, last week I think it was, I had sunflowers in my kitchen, and they just, every single day when I come downstairs and saw them, it was just, it makes all the difference, the little things. Maybe putting some flowers in your home, brightening it up just for you, just maybe you want to cut them from the wild or buy a bouquet, whatever it is, just something I think to help you stay bright and true and look forward to a better day and trust the purification process will bring you great joy. It might be nice to have a visual aid in the home. But anyway, divinely guided, and I embrace change. You know that. Look how scornful she is. She didn't want to go through this. It's not comfortable, and I don't think you expected to go through whatever's happened here. You didn't want this. This is when I see the Ten of Pentacles to start the reading. No, you did not want this. You really put a lot of effort into whatever this was for you. You really genuinely wanted it to work. But for whatever reason, you've come to the acceptance that it didn't work, and that you would be more beneficial. It'll be more beneficial, and you'd be more in your power if you were to let it go. So, and be divinely guided to where you're needed to be. The Queen of Wands trusts. She really does know. She trusts her intuitive feeling on things. She always makes choices that are in alignment. She's always checked with her source, with spirit. She's always feeling her way through. So, and it never lets her down, I do feel, when she knows she's following that sense of love. I am divinely guided. Disillusion coming to mind. Okay, with that Queen of Wands. Yeah, so there has been, some revelation here that's helped you really know that you are divinely guided, and how to connect to that genuine source of guidance and not be misled by illusion. So that's quite interesting. We've got the Devil and the Tower in the challenge area, along with the Seven of Swords and the Page of Wands, Princess of Wands. So the challenge is releasing. Maybe there's some shocking truth in this situation with the Tower and the Seven of Swords, and maybe you're waiting for the shocking truth. I feel like some of you already have it. But what we see here is the challenge is releasing yourself from the old, to have that purification process, to allow the rain to wash it all away, to no longer reconnect or re-engage with that past energy in ways that render you powerless. With the Page of Wands as well, I think the challenge is I think this might be something you've been here before, you've faced this situation before, and in the past it's always pulled you back in. And with the Page of Wands, I feel like that's a warning to not be pulled back in, because the Page of Wands is a young learner. This card has actually come out quite a lot this week for personal readings, and even in group 1 as well. And it just seems to be a strong theme right now, where we're looking at the past mistakes we've made, and do we want to do that again? And I just feel like in amongst all of this whole process, you may also be finding it hard to find the joy again, to find that lightheartedness within yourself. That might be a little tricky sometimes, because this is painful. The purification process isn't always about, like, well, I know there's a sunflower on that card, but it doesn't mean that it's all joyful in the process of. It's afterwards, when the rain clears, that the sun comes back out and we feel that lightheartedness again. And I feel like, I think you need to be very careful with the choices you make during this time, because I feel like for some of you there's two paths you can go down here, and one is repeating old patterns and the other is absolutely not. And so let's get the advice on that situation. It's just because I see this younger energy here that I worry, or maybe you're worried that you aren't strong enough to really stand up for what you believe in and go for it and release. And Three of Swords is the underlying energy of this reading. I see the Four of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Four of Cups. Okay, there's a bit here. What else have we got? For some of you, this is certainly a relationship and still holding on. Maybe both of you are still holding on in different ways, if that makes sense. Trying to let go, but finding that very difficult. Three of Swords. Underlying energy is that of betrayal or heartache and deep pain. But anyway, we'll move over to what will help with this challenge. We've got the Ace of Wands. That's some good news. The Sunflower leading the way with the Chariot. I don't think it gets much clearer than that, because the Chariot is being led by this purification process, right? So it's guaranteed that if you stick it out and trust it, the purification process, that you will receive abundance. You will move forward into, Chariot moves to the Ace of Pentacles, abundance, right? It's crazy. And then the beautiful Temperance to sort of soften the edge of this message, I guess. Not to say it's not soft, but it just does feel a little action-packed in a way, considering things are kind of maybe slow at this time. I mean, life may be busy and going on crazy around you for some people, like very busy, business and children and all the things, but this process, this is not so fast. But yeah, so the Ace of Wands, this is your intuition. It's you being a divine channel as well, like truly listening to the inspiration and the messages that you're receiving, because you do get them quite strongly, and allowing that to feed you with the confidence you need to drive yourself forward, to continue to see. We've got that glowing light on both these cards, like and we've got the crown chakra was the first one, so you know you do know group 2. I feel like I tell you this a lot lately. It's hard to remember because there's 3 groups and such, but I feel like each group has their own little collective, obviously, and some of you are on across a few of the readings, but yeah, I feel like I've been sort of telling you group 2 for a bit. Anyway, Temperance. This is you also taking your time. We've got the Temperance and the Chariot here, both representing balance, both representing, what did we just speak about? Some areas of your life may be a bit full on and a bit crazy, and this area may be a little bit slower, but you're needing to, I guess, shift your priorities a little bit and to balance things out so that things are harmonious for you as you move forward. And I do feel like any intuitive ideas you act upon will result in an abundance or some sort of prosperous growth here with the Ace of Pentacles. The intuitive idea is the Ace of Wands, but the Chariot is your confidence to drive forward with that and believe in it. You've got what it takes. So further guidance here is actually quite lovely. It's very full of self-care and gentleness. We have the Page of Cups, the Star. We also have the Hanged Man as well. So the Hanged Man is thawing out, and just behind is some beautiful flowers reaching out. So that's sort of like the purification process and the abundance that comes after it. Purification as she washes all of it away with this Star card here. Having hope for the future and dreaming of better days. Page of Cups is very, very dreamy, very artistic person. Somebody who really feels, I think there's really deep feelings. Clairsentience feels very strong for group 2. That ability, you do feel absolutely everything I'm getting here. We also have the Ace of Cups and the Magician. So we've got 3 beautiful aces here. Really, really nice. So there's a lot of fresh beginning. Purification and abundance keeps coming back to that message. It's very simple. And finding your power within it. Again, Magician. It is quite repeating, isn't it? But it's very supportive, and it's very beautiful to know that to trust the path you're on, to trust that you have made the right decision, if you were wondering here, and that you are going to find new growth in a different place, new opportunities. There's going to be a real sense of renewal of hope as soon as you start realigning your vision with it, start looking, maybe even making a vision board, but really looking to the horizon, looking to the new opportunities, looking to what you can create. With the 3 of Wands in the near future energy, you are waiting for that next chapter, the signs. I think you're very connected to it. Don't rush it. Enjoy this little gentle process. It's a bit of a stroll. Be there, hold your own hand, I'm getting there. And eventually you will come to a whole new landscape. For the outcome energy, we have the 7 of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So you may have yet some things to defend yourself against or to assert a boundary with here, and it may be challenging. It could be somebody else who's feeling a little bit challenged, and you're still keeping your clear ruling with the throat chakra and the clear. When I pulled that up earlier, this Queen was like, that's what I'm about. So yeah, definitely standing firm here in whatever decision you've made. What else do I have? How did that fall? I can't remember how it fell, but it doesn't really matter because it's all pretty similar. We've got the 4 of Swords next. So it looks like you've made a final ruling. Absolutely, I'm not going to tolerate that in my life. No, thank you. Maybe even legal help here with the Queen of Swords, a ruling that separates you from a situation, 4 of Swords. The Four of Swords is contemplation and taking time out, withdrawing. Strength and judgment is because you know you have to. It's bringing us back to the original message I was feeling earlier about you knowing exactly what needs to be done. It may be very hard, but you've got the calling. The judgment is here. Again, thawing out flowers. There's lots of message here about change is coming, growth is coming. You've just got to trust it and continue initiating yourself through this purification, and to continue asserting your boundaries and keeping a clear vision on what you want. Continue resting as well. This is a time for rest. This isn't a time for pushing. Allow the snow to thaw naturally. What else have we got here? Yeah, self-control to not re-engage. I think with the Strength card here, we've got, this is Leo's energy, we've got maybe a bit of Taurus here showing up as well, just to not re-engage with that energy anymore, and to find the courage and strength to just liberate yourself and make these choices to leave behind the things that don't serve you anymore. You can embrace the change because you are divinely guided. High Priestess, you're making the shifts and the changes, that you're absolutely prioritizing your health. I see a lot of detox energy perhaps coming in here for some people, to allow in new opportunities. You're creating a whole new world. This is a wrap up, but also the new beginning of something else. So we have crown chakra, as we said, which came out with solar plexus as well, which I think is perfect. Absolutely perfect to be divinely guided and confident in your actions and your choices, to support yourself, to stay in your center, to allow Spirit's messages to soothe you as well. Not seeking external validation or answers. I'm getting that you've got it inside and you need to just hold strong on that and trust it. Learn to trust yourself. You deserve that. I think your connection with yourself needs that proof. You need to prove to yourself that you trust yourself, is what I feel with that one. Because once you see you do that for you, it will rewire a little something there. It'll make you see yourself differently and your ability to stay in your power differently. It will become easier and easier as you continue. So music as well, dancing, listening to music, binaural beats, sound baths, anything at all. Music is amazing medicine. We have toxic people, avoid them. Hang out with people who uplift your spirit, not bring it down. But this is also a message of detox, of substances or anything that's not really helping you function at your optimum. A social media detox as well. Definitely purification is strong this week, group 2. Yeah. That's a good thing though. No posting, no liking, just living. Take a bit of time out for yourself. But also with social media detox, maybe clearing out some of the old things you don't resonate with anymore, and following pages and things that are more inspiring or help really motivate you to the vision that you have for yourself moving forward. And we also have start a new hobby. I got this one a lot this week, just intuitively. I've got a few little things around the house that I could be playing with and doing just creatively, just for fun, and the message has been strong for me. So maybe you've also been getting that same message to go back to your craft thing that you put aside, or to maybe start something completely new. It would be really helpful for you. There doesn't need to be any grand purpose for it other than just fun, play, processing. If there's something you enjoy doing, do it. Got cards everywhere now. An end to a tough cycle is finally approaching. This group 1 got this card as well. Something from your past will resurface. It's okay to revisit. You'll be able to, and that's what I think this might be about here. 7 of Wands, Queen of Swords, 4 of Swords. You can revisit from a place of strength and clarity. Whatever it is that resurfaces, you've got what it takes. Don't be afraid to stand firm and believe in yourself. So be patient, trust the wait. Everything is coming together. It's a beautiful message. Very perfect for you right now. When you miss the beauty when you are stressed, be gentle with yourself. Be messy sometimes and then let it all go. I think that's part of that message about just holding your own hand as well. And don't rush through the process of this, but kind of enjoy it if you can, if that makes sense. Find the joy within it and what you can do. It all contributes. Don't spend too much time in despair. Move through the emotions and release. purification. And then we had you will have financial security in life. And we can see that here as well, if that's what you were worried about. With the Ace of Wands and the Chariot, this is your divine idea or your inspiration, your motivation, your passion. Allow that to drive you, whatever idea you have, because it looks like it will result in some sort of financial prosperity or physical growth in some way. So, that's right, we've got the timing cards as well to finish off your reading, group 2. So this is a question on timing, pretty broad deck, so it's up to you if you actually want to engage in this part of the reading. Use your discernment, please. I'd like some feedback if I could. Just holding a question about timing, whatever it might be. Let's see what we can get for you. I just have the Queen of Wands, just like cards are all over on top of her, but just her head is poking out and she's just like, I just want to reiterate the message of believe in yourself. Maybe it's to do with what you're asking of timing here, but just, you've got what it takes. You've got this. It's up to you is what I'm feeling. But anyway, be confident, smile, hit your head back, shoulders back, head up. That sort of, yeah, really strong message. Hopefully you can hear that. I've been told shuffling and talking at the same time is not helpful. I'm trying to stop shuffling to say things. Gotta remember that. Okay, group 2. Okay then. Actually, hell yes, that's exactly what I'm seeing when I look at the Queen of Wands. The time is right, and this crown here, and this is the head. Like, there was a bunch of other cards that's sort of blocking over top of her, all around her, but her head, the way her head was little poking out there, I'm like, this is about your power. This is about, you got this. The time is right. Okay, group 1. And at night at the bottom of the deck, so that might be a little message for you as well. But anyway, yes, the time is right. And we've also got this blue gem right there in the center. It's a darker blue, but still stands out to me. Worth mentioning. Yeah, time is right to crown yourself here, to straighten your crown or believe in yourself. You've got it. All right, group 2. I think that's all I have for you here. I hope this reading gave you some sort of clarity, comfort, or guidance, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 2. Hey group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this amethyst generator, then this one is for you. It's a really pretty piece. There's so many different little flecks of light inside. Obviously much nicer in person. Lots of detail in this one. Yeah, lots of messages there. So amethyst, the healer's stone, the stone of intuition and third eye. It's also connected to calmness, serenity, peace, inner knowing. Yes, very healing. So let's have a look at some of the energies on the table here. We can see Virgo is here, and Sagittarius and Aquarius as well. So not too many big energies on the table. Doesn't matter if it's you, someone you're dealing with, or it might just be a part of your chart that's activated at this time. We've also got Queen of Wands as the underlying energy, which is Leo, Sag and Aries there as well. Yeah, maybe some Libra. Yeah, actually there's King and Queen of Swords, so Libra, Gemini and Aquarius. Anyway, let's jump into your reading. Group 1, 2 and 3 are interesting this week. Having gotten to 3 now and seeing your cards, I can see that there's the collective shift continues, shall I say, because last week was almost like doing the same reading 3 times in a row, but minor differences, just so there was, you know, we're all in this together, this shift, this change, and I can see it's still happening here as well. So where do I start? Right, with this same oracle card that group 2 actually had, Stand Still. And then you also have happiness, which is a beautiful card to have after standstill, because standstill is a picture here of a swamp, and it looks like a spoonbill. And the message here is about identifying the limitations around you, and then slowly but carefully making a plan and taking practical action to remove yourself from any stagnation or feelings of being stuck. So standstill, the message in the being stuck in the mud for standstill is that if you were to struggle and panic, you may find yourself feeling even worse or tired or not getting where you want to go. Whereas if you are to just take a careful breath and analyze your situation and make a careful plan and slowly, just one step at a time, remove your feet from the mud, you will become unstuck and things will move forward again. It's just a matter of carefully planning and taking small steps. Happiness is the next card. We've got dolphins, which is all about friendship and soulmates here. And of course it is a message of exactly that, happiness, the good times coming back out, and finding after perhaps a time of maybe isolation or sadness that the sun's coming out again. It's that sort of thing. So it's pretty nice. So we'll jump into the past energy, group 3. I don't know if I said 1 or 2 before. I'm not sure. But group 3. God, did I even start this reading with group 3? I hope I did. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles in the past energy. This is challenging but exciting. Ooh, yeah. So in the past, some of you, I felt like this was financial. You may be dealing with some financial stress. Maybe some of the bills were adding up or something like this. Maybe you had to have time off work for being unwell or having to attend to other things. Maybe you're a carer for someone in your family, or there's just a lot of struggle in this energy in the past where perhaps you're feeling isolated and alone. Maybe there's been the ending of a relationship that you're having to deal with, or maybe it's just your own health even. There's so many things the 5 of Pentacles can pertain to, but it is the energy of lack and struggle. And with the 10 of Wands next to it, it's almost as if there's too much to do to be able to get. It's very much like stuck in the mud, actually, isn't it? It's just so overwhelming of all the things that need to be done to get things growing or things moving with the Ace of Pentacles, to find prosperity and development, whether that's financial development or personal development. It's or just finding your feet on the ground again after a really tumultuous journey, perhaps. To find a new beginning here so this is the past energy. We're moving into the Pentacles energy now, so things are slowly improving. I can see that with whatever situation you're dealing with here. So current energy you may find yourself in. We move forward to the 3 of Wands. This may have been an offer as well that you've been waiting for, an offer to come in, or an offer that you've been waiting for has come in. I do feel like the opportunity is already here for many of you, and it's just a matter of perhaps reprioritizing some things, shifting some things around so that you can fit into your life better, or so that you can so you can nurture the growth of whatever this is for you. 3 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. So there's a lot of self-love currently needed, or perhaps what you're already undertaking a bit of a self-love journey here, just trying to be there for you and support yourself through the changes, and trying to juggle everything at once with the 2 of Pentacles. For some of you, you may be stuck on a bit of a decision and you're not so certain which way to go with a situation. However, in time you will see. You're just being asked. This whole reading is full of perhaps needing patience and a slight feeling of powerlessness in some areas, but that will all work itself out. Remembering the underlying energy for this reading is the Queen of Wands. So you are in your power here. This is to do with your power, your healing, and your for some of you, your reputation as well. For some of you, it's to do with your reach in the world, and like really stepping out and sharing and stepping up. Teaching and guiding and all those things, I think. Yeah. So What have we got here? This is an interesting bunch of cards. There's so many I actually pulled for this section. So we're definitely in this energy of waiting for change, waiting for new opportunities to start growing or to come in, perhaps. With the next series of cards coming in, we've got the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, King of Swords, Ten of Cups. I asked for the Ten of Cups because I wanted to know exactly what this King of Swords wanted, because I do feel like this is an external energy. But we'll try and read it for both, of course. And it kind of mirrors the standstill energy, where you're currently in the Three of Wands, standstill, and then we've got the card Happiness. And this King of Swords is coming in with the deliverance of a message that is going to bring you a great deal of happiness with the Ten of Cups. It may be coming in very fast here with these two knights just absolutely charging in. This may be a number of people actually that you're dealing with. You will know how this resonates with you, but they're full forward, rushing towards you. So for your energy, I want to see this as gaining momentum, getting curious and excited about the things that you can do to make your dreams come true, making careful plans, calling and talking to the right people, booking appointments. This is action based. This is happening. This is completely opposite to the standstill energy you might currently find yourself in, or the standstill energy that you've slowly been moving out of. You can see that there's a progression here. There's things are happening. There's more than one thing you're needing to deal with at once, but you've got what it takes. So I do feel like, yeah, for some of you, this is perhaps a friend, a partner, a business partner, a colleague, a boss. It could be anyone, but they're coming in with some information that's going to be really helpful and make you smile. I saw the Nine of Cups at this point in the reading, but I put it back because we had enough. Ten of Cups, Nine of Cups is very much a wish fulfillment for you, something you've wanted for perhaps some time. So maybe it's to reconnect with somebody or have a conversation about plans for the future. Or Six of Wands, yeah, this is really good. Whatever's coming in, it's full of happiness, really, truly. So whatever's been still for a while now, just know that that won't be forever. And that things are progressing. And this is a weekly reading, but everyone's on a different timeline. So, you know, this is looking towards the later end of the week, or from when you've watched this, perhaps. Because I can see you're still currently waiting. You're still not so sure, just trying to take care of yourself, trying to get motivated, trying to put things in the right places, trying to be a bit more assertive, trying to be a bit learn a lot more about what you need so that you can make really strong, educated choices when you move ahead, when you're moving forward. Informed choices is what I'm hearing for that. So in the challenge area, this is kind of nice. We've got the Hermit, Queen of Cups, Judgment, Queen of Swords. Interesting. For some, there's a lot of different stories that this could be here. For some of you, though, this is you just relying on yourself to get through this situation. With the Hermit, all these queens, for the first off, I did feel like this is all you. You're taking a bit of time out to get things right with yourself, or with your budget, with your bills, with your life plan, with your career goals, whatever this is here. You're really like lining yourself up for success. You're making really strong choices with a great deal of clarity. You've got the calling, you've got the intuitive knowing, you've got the feeling sense of everything you're meant to be doing. I feel like you're getting your ducks in a row. It's what I can feel like for here. This is in the challenge area though, so you may be finding it a little bit of a struggle to do this, to get on the to get things in alignment and moving ahead. For some of you, this could be a friendship that you're not speaking at the moment. See, we've got these two queens, not really eye to eye, but they both are still very connected and they feel each other. There may be a reunion with a friend here for some people. But I do feel strongly for a lot of you, this is just you accepting the truth of things, perhaps, and then making the adjustments required to follow through on something, or follow up with something, to finish something, perhaps, to take the next step even. It's like, I kind of maybe want another extra card. What do we got? Seven of Wands, okay. Challenging. Queen of Wands. Lots of queens. Lots of queens. Lots of people here involved by the looks of it. Like there's so many knights and kings and queens. There's lots of people. Maybe that's a bit of a challenge, dealing with so many different people with different ideas. But let's get a confirmation. Thanks. Death. We have Scorpio's energy, sorry, is in the reading. I can see Capricorn there. Lovers, yeah, truly. Eight of Pentacles, get to work. Yeah, exactly. Knight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, High Priestess. For a lot of you, I feel like this is financial. For a lot of you. Not everyone, of course. I mean, you know, take what resonates. But I can just see Knight of Pentacles, Hanged Man, Four of Pentacles. You've got some plans that are maybe a bit of a standstill at the moment. You're wanting to progress them forward. You're needing financial backing, perhaps, or you're needing help, or you're needing to commit, you're needing to believe in yourself, to overcome the challenges slowly, one step at a time. I don't think you don't want to bite off more than you can chew. Lovers is the other card that fell down in confirmation, Death and the Lovers. So massive amounts of change and transformation that brings you to another level in whatever area this is pertaining to for you. These are strong energies. And you have to do it because you know you know exactly what needs to be done here, but it just can't be done all at once. I think that's the message there. And you're needing to, I think, commit to a piece of truth that you've become aware of within yourself. So it feels really hazy, this part of the reading. I hope it makes sense. I feel a little unsure. I think you may need to surrender to an area of life where you're not quite in your power, or it's not going the way you hoped or wanted, but there's actually a great opportunity within that for you to find growth and happiness and prosperity and really support yourself and stand in your power, regardless of what's not in your life or what's not happening or what's lacking. There's still opportunity. Don't allow what you don't have to hold you back. It's very much a message of do what you can with what you've got. Glass half full. See, that is the message of the day. Anything else there? Yeah, right? Queen of Wands just wanted to be put back on the bottom of the deck because you are in control here. You've got what it takes to really rise, shine, heal, motivate. You've got the power, you've got it. You've got the knowing. It's just, maybe it's hard work that's required, but you've got it. So what will help with the challenge? We've got the Two of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Sagittarius. Well, it kind of is the Temperance. I don't know why. I feel like Sagittarius keeps like sneaking in the reading of Group 3 for a while now, but they're like, I need to know how many Saggies are listening to Group 3. According to last week, a lot of Geminis. Happy birthday to you. I couldn't believe that. How many people, we had a birthday message last week in Group 3, and so many people commented on YouTube and Facebook to say that it's their birthday or coming very soon. That was amazing. But anyway, maybe we're nursing a hangover from a party here, but no. Anyway, so what will help with the challenge? We've got the Two of Wands. We're looking to the future to make some plans. You're already in Three of Wands energy, so you are waiting, but with the Two of Wands, I kind of feel like there's still some small steps you can take to support that change, that crossroads, that journey. You are still needing a lot of time out, rest and healing, so that you can gain the truth on things. I think you're the Hermit there, to take the time out to quieten your mind and connect to your own inner wisdom. It's going to be really helpful right now, because things are changing. Things are moving forward. It's just a matter of having the patience and aligning yourself and taking care of yourself and being super positive about the journey ahead, and just, yeah, small, slow, practical steps as they allow the wheel to turn on its own accord. I feel like some people are waiting for maybe divine intervention or someone to return or a moment to happen. And I'm advising you to not wait. Like wait, yeah, of course, to like allow, surrender to the divine timing of things, but to be proactive in that time of waiting, to do the small things you can do to help yourself move forward in whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So further guidance, we have the Page of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Four of Cups. So this is a sense of powerlessness here for sure. Eight of Swords, Four of Cups. I feel like you've put yourself here a few times and you're aware of how to climb out of it, if that makes sense. I think there's there are some people perhaps, or a person you could talk to that will help you with maybe processing. Maybe you're needing a bit of a sounding board with a good friend. That might be a really helpful thing for you at this time. But I think of what most of you are stuck on here is not wanting to be taken advantage of and making sure things are equal and fair with Six of Pentacles here. And just sort of, I kind of get that you don't want to be, I feel like that's how you feel sometimes, you know. Yeah, I feel like you're a bit concerned that things, because especially coming out of the Five of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, all this heaviness, you're sort of dusting yourself off again and moving forward and looking to growth, looking to optimism and looking on the bright side of things. But I think you don't want to be naive here as well. Part of you is worried about being naive or being taken advantage of. I think there's a lot of things that you can still do and learn with the Page of Swords here about ways to make relationships or business relationships or situations more equal, and you don't need to be afraid about standing in your power to ensure that things are equal and speak up for what you want and need, to be quite strong in that. I think it's really important. I want to pull up these cards now, actually. We have I speak highly of myself. She says safe, lovable, unique, beautiful, free, worthy, and smart, written on her, number 31. And this card is often pertaining to the energy of negative self-talk or believing the worst or having heard really negative things about yourself from other people, taking advice maybe from the wrong people, or just, yeah. And sometimes those words obviously have a great effect on our body, and they weigh us down. They have an effect on our mind, our health. And sometimes this might even be the way you talk to yourself as well. So this card is asking you to speak very highly of yourself and to shun the naysayers. But we also have curiosity here as well. And the curiosity, the way it's sat on the table, looks over to the standstill and happiness card. And I feel like that's exactly it. You're curious about what a change in perspective is going to help in this situation. I think you know that. But it's also looking at situations and without attachment, I think, looking at other people's experiences as well and what they have to say, especially if you've got someone coming in with quite a message for you this week. I do feel like there's someone coming in with something to say. And while the cards do represent that it results in a happy time, it's a good message, it still does feel very strong and full of maybe even opinion for some of you. And so use discernment with what you're receiving from people. Stay open-minded. With the Curious card, it's more about sort of just witnessing what's coming at you without attaching to it or taking it personally, and understanding that whatever's coming at you, it's coming from their experience, and to try to remain in non-judgment in regards to what's coming in this week, if that makes sense. I don't want to scare you. I don't think it's worth being scared of. Two of Cups, yeah, no. It's a beautiful thing. King of Wands, yeah. I think that there's something to be heard about their perspective. For those in relationship situation, if there's your partner's coming back or coming in, or maybe they've been away for a while, I think there's some things they need to share. Knight of Cups. Eight of Wands. There's a lot they want to share. Let's just leave it. Strength on the bottom of the deck again. That's pretty good to stop there when we had Queen of Wands, really wanting to make sure she stayed on the bottom of the deck. Well, this is this Leo energy again, but it is that strong, courageous, bold, self-respecting energy there. Right, we'll leave that. Page of Wands. Always got to have a look. Where am I? Having a bit of time. Yeah. For some people, I think seeking a bit of maybe even financial assistance. For some, I do get that strong, but I just want to also pull up this card now too, though. You will have financial security in life. So maybe for some people, it's about reconsolidating something here, or yeah, maybe talking to a professional to help you get out of a situation that you feel maybe stuck in. Yeah, definitely receiving help, but I do feel strongly the Six of Pentacles is more about standing in your own power and making sure that things are fair and equal, and to look at the situation in a very curious and open mind rather than being pessimistic about the situation and feeling powerless. Maybe opening your mind up to your power within the situation. Like seriously, Queen of Wands keeps reminding you that you've got more power to yield here than you realize, and it's advised that you stand confidently in that, in whatever choice it is you're making, to stand up for yourself. I feel like really back yourself is what I'm feeling here. Right, in the outcome energy, we have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords. This is interesting. So something you've wanted to end is ending, and it's bringing you a lot of joy and happiness. An end of a cycle, end of a behavior, the end of a debt, maybe the end of running from a debt, or like whatever it is, this is a good thing that it is ending. It brings you a lot of healing and hope for the future with the Star card and the Three of Pentacles as well. So this is definitely leaves you, well actually when we see the Three of Pentacles and then we have happiness here, that is kind of a collaborative energy with the dolphins. The dolphins always symbolize play and intuition and friendship and community. So with the Three of Pentacles here as well, and hope, it's like whatever it is you're ending and leaving behind, it's just make space and hope for more fitting experiences, more cooperative friends or collaboration partners, business partners, people that can help you create the dream that you're creating here. So what else have I got for group 3? We'll jump over to these cards. You will have financial security in the future, and maybe that's through teaming up with someone here with the Three of Pentacles. Spend more time on your spiritual growth. It's very clear that that's what's going to help you through. I do see practical steps, but with the Four of Swords here, temperance, there's a lot of patience needed. The Hermit is the challenge, so taking that time out to actually give your energy to this part of you, I think is really going to help. I feel like there's more to these queens. I need to know. Strength. Three of Cups. Friendship. Yeah, to me, it's more about the challenges, perhaps believing in yourself and being in your power here with the decision that needs to be made in the result of change that will bring a great deal of change. That seems to be the challenge. I did see that Three of Cups there, so you know, it very well could have to do with a business partner or a friend or someone that you really love or rely on or work with. Or used to work with or thought you could rely on. For some people, it's that you can't rely on them anymore, and that's the problem. I'll just leave it. It feels like too many situations there. But 100% committing to the higher choices here, the choices that will result in growth, big, strong choices that might be hard to make. All right, so spending more time on spiritual growth. We have true love will find you in the end. See the good in what you call bad. Nothing in your suffering is meaningless. It sort of speaks to that curious card as well, staying curious and open to your experiences and that of people around you as well, not taking it personally, but realizing perhaps they're coming from their own experience and their own perception on reality that you may not share. Spend less time worrying about your appearance. You are enough. It doesn't have to be physical appearance. It can also be the appearance of your social status or anything in that way. And continue to make the most out of every open door. There are opportunities here for you. And self-loving prompts for the week. We've also got timing cards. I'll do that in a sec as well. Pull them out so I don't forget. We have nutrition. Love that message. Also point out that my sister is a clinical nutritionist. Her information is in the description box below for consultations. There's a 20% off code for followers of this channel. We also have avoid toxic people. That's a pretty good nutrition on one side and avoid toxicity on the other. It could also be alcohol perhaps or any toxic substance, and opt for maybe a bit of a healthier diet at this time to really set yourself up for health and prosperity, especially when we see the Five of Pentacles at the start and the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands. This could certainly be about health changes that need to be made, and it's feeling very heavy on your body if you don't make them. And it's just one small step at a time, learning new things about what your body needs to function at its optimum. I can definitely see a strong health message here for some people. Recovering perhaps from COVID even, that does linger and takes a long time. Supplements and support really helps with that. It's important to nourish our bodies so that we can function at our optimum, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. It really, as well, when we care for ourselves in those fundamental ways, it shifts the way we view ourselves. It shifts the power in our choices. It shifts everything. Start a side hustle. Yep, I feel like that's pretty important for you guys here too. Believing in yourself, creating new things. Shadow work, heart chakra, and go full introvert altogether. I'm feeling here because there is a bit of a heart healing that's happening here. I do feel like something is bothering you or troubling your heart, and it's sort of out of your hands in a way, but there's still things that you can do to bring joy back in. And there's a lot of self-discovery here. It kind of feels very deep and personal. When I saw the shadow work card, I think it's like a bit of shadow work. I kind of get the sense that some of you maybe things were going a little bit well for a bit and you thought that you didn't have to deal with that or something, and now it's come back up to deal with for some. And you're like, yeah, there's maybe a little resistance to deal with that, but it will bring you so much peace if you do go in and spend that time with you, and go spend time alone to experience and appreciate and love yourself. With Hermit in the challenge area, that might not be easy, but it is absolutely going to be beneficial. So timing card, this part of the reading, use your discernment with. You do not have to engage in this part, of course. You can end it here if you want to, but anyway, a question of timing, so just hold that in your heart and we'll try and get a message. They're pretty broad decks, so please use discernment. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it behind, and any feedback is appreciated on this particular segment. Group 3's timing question. Okay. All right. Not in this lifetime we've gotten. Okay. Like I said, using discernment with this. And we have it's not too late on the bottom. So, interesting. I kind of want to get another one because I can't help myself. Let's do it. Let's do it. Maybe you want a different question. Maybe you want to rephrase your question. Either way, we're pulling another card. It could be for the same question. Because not in this lifetime, goodness me. I mean, with death and the challenge as well, judgment and hermit, it could be having to accept that something has finished. It's not going to happen. But there's other opportunities for you for happiness. Let's see what else we get. Okay, we'll take it. All right. We have special date now for this one. So maybe you reframed your question and this makes more sense to you. The date that is marked with the love heart is 14, but special date is obviously whatever is right for you will be, it has its special date marked, and maybe whatever this was about, whatever, not in this lifetime, maybe that's the case, but with what is right for you, there's a special date destined for that. Wheel of Fortune is here, the Temperance is here, and so it actually kind of marks this part of the reading quite well. It's like looking to a new direction, taking the time out to heal and let go, and letting the wheel turn with patience and care and moderation and careful planning and gentle steps, just slowly putting your feet in the water. The sun rises in the background and brings you your special date for whatever it is you're hoping to invite into your world. So we'll leave that there for you, group 3. Yeah, oh, they've got the right time on the bottom of the deck with special date. So what's right for you will come in the right time. And wait, what did that say? The time is right. Okay, you can trust the timing of things. I think the message is for that. Anyway, would love some feedback on the timing segment. If it helps, that would be good to know. If it hurts, I think that would be good to know as well, because if it is painful, I don't want to keep doing that. But obviously, connect to it only if you want to, or if you feel like the question may trigger you, the answer, then maybe don't do it as well. But anyway, I'll leave that there for you, beautiful people of group 3. I hope that gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 3.